We have a new Red Dead Online update today, Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. This is more of a bootlegger focused update here, so let's jump right in. We have Moonshiner Roll XP bonuses and discounts, plus get an extra $100 reward, new Showdown series, and more. So let's start talking about everything in this week's brand new weekly Red Dead Online content update. The Moonshiner Bonuses, ambitious bootleggers rejoice. From March 24th through March 30th in Red Dead Online, you'll earn a 50% roll XP boost on all Moonshiner cell missions, bootlegger missions, and story missions, basically a repeat from a few weeks ago when we had these same bonuses. And also, for those yet to embark on the Moonshiner Specialist role, you'll need to be at least Trader rank 5 or have completed one Trader cell mission. So for any of you new players who are jumping into the game, make sure you are at least rank 5 on Trader so you can get started on Moonshiner here. Just visit Maggie Fike in your Moonshine Shack to launch one of these story missions or bootlegger missions, or start the Moonshine cell mission with Marcel in the basement of your Moonshine Shack. Now moving on here, we have other bonuses. This week only, you'll be able to get 10 gold bars off the cost of all Moonshine Shack properties, along with 40% off all Norfolk Roadster horses and 40% off band expansions here in game. Operating your own moonshining business comes with many perks. A constant stream of thirsty clientele in your underground bar is just one of them, so you can definitely take the 40% off right here. Bar owners can start a band to help a faster and pleasant welcoming atmosphere while serving up your shine with the band expansion. Unfortunately, you do not make money from this. For anyone who doesn't know, especially for those, since this is a Moonshiner focused update here, there's obviously apparently a lot of people who haven't started the Moonshiner role, and if you check the player list in your lobbies recently, there's a bunch of lower levels, so I could see why Rockstar is doing these bonuses and discounts for them, because clearly there are a lot of low levels. Just the problem is they're getting cycled through and the veteran players literally get nothing all the time. It's just a revolving door of new players. But anyway, those are the bonuses and discounts for the most part this week. Now we also have outfit and role challenge bonuses. Fashionable outlaws that fill all 7 outfit slots will receive a reward for a free offhand holster below rank 70 of the player's choice. So now there's plenty of reason to switch your lookup. What's sweet is this was expanded from 5 outfits to 7 in the Moonshiners update, and I'm assuming you guys all have your 7 outfits. If you don't, honestly, just make something quick, throw it together, just fill up the slots. You don't even need to make unique outfits, just fill up the slots so that you can get your free offhand holster voucher. Now also complete any 3 role challenges for any role this week and receive a reward of 100 Red Dead Online dollars. You should be doing those anyway, since the only way to earn gold with Moonshiner, Collector, or Trader is by doing the role challenges. You don't actually get gold from selling your trading stock, you don't get gold from selling your collections, and you surely don't get gold from selling your moonshine. So you definitely want to do your role dailies so you at least get some gold from that. But if you do those role dailies, which you'll probably be doing anyway, you'll get an extra $100 thrown your way as well. And probably my favorite part of the update this week is the Last Stand Showdown series variant update. From March 24th through 30th, the Last Stand Showdown series is a new random weapon variation from the free-for-all Last Stand variant. Each player will spawn next to a random weapon with the only goal to be the proverbial last one standing by any means necessary. Looks like this week we will be playing at Ansburg Mine, Armadillo, and the Cemetery. Unfortunately, Van Horn and Coulter are not mentioned, and I tried loading up into this Showdown series to try it out, and I didn't see the maps in that rotation. Maybe I just didn't play long enough. I only had time to play 2 matches, but I played on Ansburg Mine and the Cemetery. I did not see Coulter or Van Horn, so for any of you guys who like playing Last Stand, it seems like we may be missing a substantial amount of the maps. I mean, we're missing 2 out of the 5 total maps. I'm not too sure what's going on. Let me know down in the comments if you guys were able to play on those, but I would love to know your thoughts on these, because Last Stand is fun on its own, and then having the random weapon variation of this mode is going to be even better. That leaves Name Your Weapon for next week, so definitely keep an eye out for that, because that's one of the last Showdown series variations that we have coming up. This is basically Rockstar's content pipeline and their roadmap for while they're working from home until we get this new DLC update at some point in Red Dead Online's future. Now, we also have some news from Tense Funds 2 over on Twitter, which we will be talking about here as well. He basically said that the Showdown modes are internally, according to Rockstar, called pre-007 modes, and 007 refers to MP007, which is basically the code name for the next update, because the Moonshiners update here in Red Dead Online, which released on December 13th, which was a Friday, is called MP006. So Frontier Pursuits is MP005, the spring update is MP004, The February 26th update is MP003, the Gun Rush update is MP002, and then probably that content economy change update was MP001, or that was just the standard release of the game. But there's one more new variation coming this week, like we said, and that is name your weapon. And then potentially either next week or the week after that, we could be getting news on the next update, and then the following week we should be getting the update, perhaps. That's if there were 0 delays from Rockstar transitioning from working in the offices to working from home. We'll just have to see how that plays out. I mean, as much faith as I have in this company to have that seamless transition, which it seems like it was, because there really wasn't any interruption from them going from their news wires in their New York City offices with their team working on that to now people are working from home. Not necessarily like the news wire is something that can't be done remotely, but the actual content changes in game. They either had this stuff planned, or even they may have made some changes after. But either way, you know, since the update hasn't released yet, Rockstar has to be working on it, in which case they're working from home. So will there be minimal delays? I would assume there would have to be at least minimal delays whenever they had this thing like planned on coming out. We all thought maybe we'll get news or the actual update after April 6th, which could still be a possibility of getting some either news or the new update around then. I still want to say it's going to come out later in April though, because I feel like no matter what company has this transition from working from home, there's still going to be some problems, there's going to be some hiccups, and there has to be some slight delay, whether it's major or minor in some way. The lumbago pandemic is affecting everyone, and if they do decide to actually release this at the same time that they had planned before, I mean, we won't ever see that. We won't know because we won't know the original release date, but either way, good on them. That's pretty sweet. I would love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on this update here in Red Dead Online. No new clothing got subbed out this week. We just got some last week. For anyone wondering, those clothing items were the Carbo double bandolier, the Chambly's corset for females, the Hitch skirt for females, the Porter jacket for males, the Charo jacket for males, and also the Concho pants and the Prieto poncho. That was from last week's update, and this clothing will most likely be in the store for at least another week or 2 weeks or even 3. So far, the clothing with Moonshiners really hasn't been consistent at all, whether it's been the new clothing that came out in the update, which now has since released and gone out of the store if it was limited time, but also this other clothing that's returning into the store. It should be in the store for 1 to 2 weeks, but so far, like the Irwin coat was in the store for almost a month, the Morales vest was in the store for almost a month, the Morning Tailcoat was in the store for almost a month. So it's just kind of interesting to see how Rockstar is treating the limited time clothing. Again, I'll say it this video, I wish they subbed out clothing every week to just keep it consistent with constantly having revolving items in the catalog, considering there is so much stuff that currently isn't in the game right now on offer for people to buy. Of course, if you already bought the stuff, you have it, so you don't need to worry. But new players, like PC players, they're missing out on a lot of clothing that hasn't returned to the store since the game released on November 5th. I mean, PC players are way behind in terms of content. They don't have the Outlaw Pass 1 content, so it would be nice to see Rockstar start subbing some catalog items back into the store for players on PC, most importantly, but just overall, if you haven't purchased this stuff, or if you're a new player on console who got the game around Christmas time, just so you have the opportunity to buy this clothing as well. Now, I do want to talk about this next update, because whether or not we have a few weeks or a month or a couple of months, I was thinking about this and I was talking about it on stream the other day. We had the Moonshiners update in December, but I didn't necessarily think that was so transformative to how you played Red Dead Online. You know, like, we were waiting all summer, we were hunting our animals when we didn't necessarily have major problems, and we were doing our stranger missions to grind money and gold to prepare for the summer update, because it wasn't even named Frontier Pursuits at the time, right? And then Frontier Pursuits came out in September, and that totally changed the way you played Red Dead Online. If you wanted to rank up and make money as fast as possible, you became a collector. A lot of people became trader because they thought it was fun to hunt animals and sell stuff, and then bounty hunters could earn gold really easily from completing bounties, and that's definitely how I grind gold nowadays. I don't necessarily do strangers now just to keep things fresh and not get bored so easily. I'll just kind of do everything in Red Dead Online. I'm doing online story missions, I'm doing the bootlegger story missions for the Moonshiner role, I'm doing moonshine sells, I'm trading, I'm collecting, I'm doing bounty hunts, I'm playing some PvP on stream, I'm using different weapons, I'm on free aim servers now completely. I much prefer actually free aim over the auto lock servers. I finally switched, and it's definitely satisfying. You know, I'm constantly using different weapons all the time. I'm doing tier 5 legendary bounties, right? So there's all these things to keep yourself entertained, and I think there's a lot of content for new players. But Moonshiners, let's talk about that for a second. I don't think it transformed the way you played the game. So we've kind of been playing the same update for like 7 months now, with an extra role, which was the Moonshiners role thrown in. You got to do a few extra cell missions, but Frontier Pursuits was like revolutionary. It was a overhaul to the game, especially considering that's when we had the combat changes as well. So movement speed was sped up, reload speed was sped up, you know, shooting and rate of fire on your weapons was sped up. So all of these things were increased, and the movement speed increased, and that totally changed the way you played the game. Moonshiners didn't really have any of that, and so I would love to see this next update be more Frontier Pursuits-esque in the way that it transforms the multiplayer, and hopefully that's the case, because it's been 7 months since we've had one of those updates. But of course, it's only been 3.5 months since we've had Moonshiners, but it's coming up on 4 months, which will be longer than the time we've waited from the spring update to Frontier Pursuits. So this will definitely, like, when this next update comes out with the new collector variety, probably new collection locations or randomized cycles, potentially the photographer role or whatever else is planned by Rockstar, this will have been the longest wait from one DLC to the next in this game's entire history. We thought the spring update wait from May to the September Frontier Pursuits update was a long time, but this is definitely longer. So let me know what you guys think about that down in the comments. I mean, do you guys feel like this 7-month wait from Frontier Pursuits has been really long? Do you think that Moonshiners refreshed the game enough for you? Because I feel like now, like, it was fun when it came out and the honeymoon phase was awesome, but just now in March of 2020, I feel like I've more or less been playing the same game since September rather than the Moonshiners update in December. But again, I would love to get your guys' thoughts on that. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video, and if you did, definitely drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, definitely make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Red Dead Online and Red Dead Redemption 2, and even Rockstar games as a whole. We'll be sure to keep you guys up to date with updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. I practically live on all 3 of those websites, and you can feel free to strike up a conversation and ask me a question. Whatever it may be, you can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links, including my Discord, can be found in the description down below. With that said, thank you guys all so much for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online update video. Adios, amigos.